Good afternoon. I'm Dale Caldwell. I'm the Executive Director of the Rothman Institute of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Fairleigh Dickinson University. And I just want to welcome all of you. It's just so great to see people in person. So give yourselves a round of applause. Now, a couple announcements. Now, we aren't officially supposed to serve wine, so we're tempting you with that bottle in the middle of the table. We're going to ask you, we're going to give a birth date, and we're going to see whose birthday is closer to that birth date so you can take it home. So please don't open it. I know so there have been some violators, but they're a family business. They're going to win it anyway. That's okay. And it's just so nice to see so many friends I've known for a while and some new friends. And it just, every time we do this, it reminds me how important family businesses are to New Jersey, to the country, and to the world. It is just hearing your stories and knowing what you've been through and knowing what you're doing is extraordinary. And those who've been judges really get a chance to see, it's so hard to pick winners because there's so many wonderful folks. So everyone in this room is a winner. And so I want to begin by talking about some of our honorees. So first, I know we have the Charles E. Green from 2019. Do we have any 2019 winners here? Okay, so Charles E. Green Company, they were our winners, but they're an amazing story because they were founded a few years ago in 1876. They have 7 generations of family members. That deserves a round of applause. 7 generations of family members. And they've been metal manufacturing. Now they're branching into some other areas, and so it's so nice to have you here. So our 2020 honorees, Alfred Sanzeri Enterprises, over in the back. Alfred Sanzeri Enterprises. Black Swan Espresso, over there, our first new family business of the year. Bradcore Construction, where are you? Are you here? Okay. The Earl Corporation's not here. Makula Contracting, who've become just great friends of the Institute. Norwalt Design is not here, and Shovelin Mattress is not here. But it was just a great group, and unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we did it virtually. But thanks to Thomas and Donna and others, the virtual came out really, really well, and we were very proud of that. So now our honorees for 2021 are Beacon Converters Incorporated. Beacon Converters, where are you? Over there in the corner, all right. The Braunschweiger Jewelers, where in the back, great. Burke Motor Group, up front here. Give them a round of applause. Diane Turton Realtors. Where are you, Diane Turton? Over there, okay. We're enjoying the wine, so. Espro Digital Communications. Okay. Heritage's Dairy Stores. Where's Heritage? Over there in the corner. Okay. The JD Companies. McMahon Insurance Agency. All right. The Ravitz Family Market couldn't make it. The Cranford Movie Theater and Drive-In. Manufacturing. Hey, and Dax has been just a great friend and a supporter of Dax. So this is like the Oscars, like we don't know who won. So so enjoy your meal, and we're going to find out who's the winner. But this wouldn't have happened without our incredible sponsors. And so let me call them out. Sobel Co., who for many years has been our partner. Sobel Co. And you'll hear from Sally Glick, who will be the MC. Lasso, Thomas, who's doing our digital and video programming. NJBIA, Tony Russo, and New Jersey Business Magazine, who's been just a real partner with us. The C3 Workplace, marketing support. I was saying NJBIA is Michelle Sakurka. CIA&J is Tony and his team. Give Tony a round of applause. And C3 Workplace, Donna has been a partner with this. And what I love is this is really a family effort. This is all of us coming together around and supporting family businesses. Our sponsors for the Rothman Institute include TD Bank, the Jezra Foundation, Provident Bank, and Bank of America. Let's give them all a round of applause. So I now have the tremendous opportunity to introduce someone who is my boss, who's become a good friend, and someone who grew up in a family business, who has been so supportive of entrepreneurship and family businesses at Fairleigh Dickinson University as the Dean of Silverman College. And so Pierre Balthazar is just a tremendous individual, and you are going to hear more about FDU and Silverman than ever before under his leadership. Pierre, please come up.
I should remind Dale how dangerous it is to put a microphone in front of a dean before lunch, because maybe it'll be a late lunch today. No, I intend on being quite short, but at the same time, I'm just taking this all in. I joined FDU about 15 months ago. That means right in the middle of a pandemic. And it's absolutely amazing that we're finally, I think, slightly, maybe, hopefully, getting out of it, and to see essentially our community here together in a great room today. So thank you for making that happen, Dale. There's a lot of plans at Fairleigh Dickinson. Okay, one of the things that I'm really emphasizing is the importance of teaching the next generation of business leaders, not necessarily just to assume they're going to get a big job at some big New York City company, Fortune 500, but the importance of, entrepreneurship, small business, and family businesses. Now that's easy for me because I started working at the age of 12 in the family business, right? So to me, it's second nature. I feel quite comfortable talking to you about first generation, second generation, third generation. In my case, that's where it stopped. But man, 7 generations, that's amazing. Rothman Institute is very close to the core of what I would like our business school to become. Indeed, in January, Rothman will be hosting the Northwest New Jersey SBDC. Okay, so we will not only talk the talk and have academics and whatever, but we will be able to help small businesses throughout the northwest part of New Jersey and Bergen County at our campus in Hackensack Teaneck to open businesses, find funding, okay, get the appropriate support to ensure that the next generation of young entrepreneurs actually succeed, okay, like you have. I'm tickled to be here today, okay? I'm gonna enjoy the lunch, enjoy the speeches, enjoy learning more about New Jersey. The last 7 years have been in Northern California, and I'm very happy that I missed what they call the Pineapple Express last week. That would not have been a lot of fun, but then again, I think we've had our own fair share of wet weather lately, okay? Anyway, so let me just conclude on this. If you haven't seen me or haven't met me, by all means, okay, stop by, shake my hand, and I'm just happy to be here helping Dale, helping this community really, really growing, all opportunities for young entrepreneurs and established family businesses. Thank you very much. Have a great lunch, folks.
A couple things under Pierre's leadership is, one, we are going to bring hopefully more of you into the classroom. And Mary Sakin, who runs our PDP and other programs, brings entrepreneurs all the time to let our students know what the future is. So we really want to have a real partnership with all of you and the university. The other thing, Joe Colantonio has been approved to lead a coaching class, an executive coaching class. And if you go through our class, you will be a certified executive coach. So some of you who may be retiring, or some of you who may do coaching as part of your business, whether it's financial planning or others, that's going to be part of the Rothman Institute. And then Jackie Larea and I are offering diversity, equity, and inclusion consulting services. So if any of you are looking to do that, we really want to do that. So we're really expanding this. We want to be full service to family, small, veteran businesses as well. Now I have an opportunity to introduce someone who's become a good friend, Tony Russo of CIA and J, who is just one of the most influential people in the state of New Jersey. And so, Tony, come on up, please.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see a lot of people here today, many of our members, but I first want to just say you have an advocate, Dale Caldwell, and his team, Susan Mora, and FDU, and what he does with family-owned businesses. And I can tell you, he and I work in Trenton a lot, and we're always telling the Trenton legislators and the governor that if you look throughout the state of New Jersey, and you look at who the employers are, a lot of them are family-owned businesses, right? And they could be something of 20 employees or less. And that makes up the majority of the businesses, the employers in New Jersey. So you have a great advocate in Dale and his team. So, and I just want to say, Dale, it's been a great partnership with CI&J. If you don't know much about our group, we've been around for about 94 years. We believe in free enterprise, free markets, and it's good to see many of our members here. They're going to be recognized. I want to acknowledge Dax Strohmeyer, who's on our executive committee, Jim D'Agostino in the back, who was a former chair, Sally Glick, who's a board member, Anthony Lee, and I hope I'm not going to forget anybody, but a lot of our members are here. And I also would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my colleague, Tracy Schoenberg, who was one of the judges this year. So I want to thank her, and it was a pleasure to interview many of you a couple of months ago. So I'm happy to be here, Dale, and whatever you need from CI&J, we'll stand shoulder to shoulder. So thank you.
No one knows more about New Jersey and federal legislation around small and family business than Tony. So he has been a true advocate in Trenton and Washington to kind of get rid of some of the horrible things that family and small businesses have to deal with. One of the other things is, as I have an opportunity to be on RVN Television, and we have Keith Reynolds, the owner of RVN Television, and I do a show called Family Business World, an Entrepreneur's State of Mind. And so I'd love to interview each and every one of you. And what it is really almost a commercial for the business. And so we really want to invite each of you to come on the show. It's a half-hour show. It's not 60 minutes. We're not trying to expose anything. But we want to really celebrate what you do and let people know that you're doing that. So you will get a call from our office to see if you're willing to be on the show as a guest for those shows. So now I have an opportunity to introduce another superstar and a good friend of mine, Sally Glick, who's been our MC for how many years, Sally?
We're not counting.
Yeah, we're not counting. Okay, all right, but Sally with Sobelco and leads marketing there and just knows so many people. And so, Sally, welcome. Get around.
Have you ever noticed that just saying the words family business fosters an immediate, really warm, emotional response? Whether the business owners are a husband and wife team, a mother and son, sisters and brothers, or a father and a daughter, when aunts and uncles and cousins are all involved, or whether 4 generations are still working side by side, every family celebrates their collective family history and their expectation for longevity. From the original founder through every subsequent successor generation, families in business often have critical characteristics in common with each other that are not typical of other types of corporate entities. These characteristics often include a deep dedication to support family values, a promise to actively engage in the community, and a desire to perpetuate the proud family legacy. Unlike many other business organizations, family businesses stand out because they usually don't focus on immediate gain or short-term profits. Instead, they are committed for the long haul. Family business leaders are always looking ahead in order to invest in a sustainable company that will stand the test of time, supporting children and grandchildren and beyond in a meaningful way, as they always put their clients, their community, and their people first. As a result, family businesses display more endurance and more desire for succeeding over the years, along with the staying power and strong foundation that every enterprise requires in its pursuit of success over the decades. In short, one of the most salient features of family businesses is they are built to last. And Bulbright, the Choi family business, is no different. From their earliest beginnings, the Choi's family business was shaped by the dreams of its founder, Andrew Choi. An immigrant from Korea, Andrew traveled to the United States as a complete stranger to this country with just one goal: to create a company founded on an unparalleled passion for serving clients and the community. Since its inception over 50 years ago, Bullbright has been a bright reflection, I couldn't resist that, Kathy, I'm sorry, of Andrew's hopes for starting a strong, scalable company that would nurture and support his family far into the future. No matter how much time passes or how many leadership transitions will occur, this entrepreneurial dream maintains deep roots in the past as it spreads its branches into the future. And since those earliest days, Bullbright has grown from one man's vision into an enduring company founded on the essential belief that light is fundamental to the core of civilization. In the eyes of founder Andrew Choi and Kathy Choi, his successor, daughter, and president, light impacts every aspect of life as we know it, whether at work, at home, at a sports event, or enjoying a meal out. Light is the overwhelming basic factor in every scenario. And that is really what drives the Choi family, as they are fueled by their collective pride in a vital cause that is greater than themselves. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a daughter, a mother, a wife, a sister, an amazing friend, and a president of a company, Bullbright, Kathy Choi.
I'm definitely shorter as well, so hopefully you guys can all hear me. So I just wanted to congratulate everyone from this year and the prior year on your amazing accomplishment. Just hearing all your stories brings me back to when we were here in 2015 when we won the Family Business Award. And actually one of our customers that has been in business for longer than us won a decade before us, Capital Lighting. I think Herm's quote is still on the website. So I wanted to thank Sally, Susan for organizing everything, of course Dale and Dean here, who I have not met, so hi. I had to look up some statistics on how many family businesses there are. I was just curious because you hear a lot about how we are the driving force of the economy, but I just looked it up, and apparently there's 5.5 million family businesses in the United States. The source is U.S. Chamber of Commerce as of last year, and we collectively are 57% of the GDP and 63% of the workforce. Those are some pretty big numbers. So kudos to everyone in this room. Like, it's not, when you hear family business, your mind sometimes can go to small, mom and pop, and we are, almost 60% of GDP and 63% of workforce. So I think we all deserve a round of applause on that. The other thing I'll say is that, well, Sally said, when you hear the words family business, you hear warm and fuzzy. For those of us that work in the family business, sometimes it's warm and fuzzy. Sometimes it's not. That's the truth of working in a family business. So I thought I would just share some stories with you about the long game that Sally spoke about and some transitions that we've gone through in our business. It was started in 1971 by my dad, and he immigrated in the late 60s from Korea. He had worked in the light bulb business, so that's what we're in the business of. We manufacture light bulbs and distribute them throughout retailers in the US, Capital Lighting being one of them. And when he used to introduce me, I've been in the business for about 20 years now and running it for 12. I just met Jim and Julia from JD. I have to give you guys a shout out. And Julia, I was like cringing as your dad was introducing you because your dad said, "Meet my daughter Julia." Because my dad used to introduce me as, "Meet my daughter Kathy. She's the same age as the company." Because my mom was pregnant with me. So as you can imagine, my dad immigrated, my mom came, and then he said, "We're going to this great country called America. The streets are paved with gold," which they were, but they were sparkly, not really gold. And obviously they didn't speak the language, they didn't have a dollar. And then my mom was pregnant with me, and she said, "You made me do what?" And the food was inedible for them. Now they're fine, they're happy. But when I started in the business, I was 30. So my dad Julia introduced me this way, like, "Meet my daughter Kathy. She's the same age as the company." And it was funny until I was 39. And then I sat him down and I said, "I'm turning 40 next year. You have to stop saying that. It's embarrassing." So now the business is 50, and therefore I'm turning 50 in 2 weeks. And now I'm okay because once you hit 50, it's like, who cares? You can. That's sort of my motto on that one. So, Julie, I'm glad your dad didn't introduce you that way. And my dad still introduces me as my daughter, which is interesting. As a family business, you're, like you said, Sally, I'm always the daughter, the sister, the mother, the wife, and whatnot. And I'm also at the same time the president and running a business that's going through a lot of transformations, as I'm sure many of you have. So I thought I would talk a little bit about 3 big transitions that have happened for us over the last 50 years. The biggest one was a transition in leadership. And I'm just going to push this up, hopefully it doesn't scratch. And that happened in 2009. So I joined the business when I was 30, and the business was turning 30, and my dad was 60. And I had to, I worked out in corporate America. I did the whole grind after school, after my MBA, the whole 9 yards. And I said, okay, Dad, I'm in the family business. What department or division am I taking over? And he said, none. I was like, what do you mean? And he said, you're going to start at the most important place, in customer service, picking up the phone. And I said, but I don't know anything about the product. He said, exactly my point. Right? So he handed me the catalog, and he said, there's the phone, pick it up. And I learned so much the first week just from customers that were super nice, like, oh, honey, are you new? What's your name, sweetie? And I would say, my name is Kathy. I didn't give my last name. And they said, let me show you the ropes, right? And then there were the customers I would call from, our core customer base is lighting stores, independent mom and pop lighting stores across the US. So we have a lot on the Bowery in New York City, and they would call and talk a mile a minute and say, I need a price and availability on a 771-225. And I'd be like, 7. They're like, put somebody on the phone that can actually help me. So, but this is how I learned the business, right? Starting off in customer service, learning about the customers, and then I did a management rotation through every department, which included, of course, pick, packing, and shipping the product. Learned a lot there, and earned my way to gain his trust, not only as his daughter, but that I could run the business. So in 2009, which was about 2 years earlier than he had planned, they're planners. So he said, you're going to join at 30, maybe I'll let you run the business at 40. He said maybe to me at least 5 times a day. So I definitely had to earn it. And then in 2009, he was ready to transition. So one of the biggest lessons that I learned in the transition of leadership at that time was that the type of leader that he was to take the business from 0 to 30 years, and the type of leader that I wanted to be to take it from 30 years and beyond was very different. It was really challenging. It was a challenging transition. We were a small business at the time. We had about 20 employees. And I remember one of the first management meetings that we had, which was me and 4 people. On a Monday, our customer service manager said, hey, we have this issue with our customer. What should we do? And I literally looked at her and I'm like, I don't know, I just became president Friday. You've been here for 20 years. What do you think we should do? And she looked at me, she said, I don't know, your dad made all the decisions. And I went, oh, Houston, we have a problem, right? This is not gonna work for me. And so I had to figure out my own way as a second generation, honoring the values, the core values of the business, but also making my own imprint and shifting the leadership style. And what I didn't want was to make every single decision. And so that sort of transformation happened over the course of a few years. I actually hired someone to help me redefine the culture of the business. There is a such thing as a culture consultant, believe it or not. And they helped us honor the core values of integrity and teamwork and building relationships, but also build new ones that would take us to the next level, right? And business has shifted so much. So that was a big challenge for us, and it was challenging to also work with my dad, who was like, you absolutely need to make every decision. I'm like, no, I cannot. You need to sign every check. No, I will not. You need to know every invoice that goes out the door. So it was definitely an adjustment, and part of the success of our relationship has been having an open line of communication. And also, like I said in the beginning, yes, there are days that are amazing with my dad, and there are other days where I'm sure he wanted to kill me, and likewise. So that's the reality of working in a family business, right? For all of you that work with your spouses, I don't know how you do that and then go home with them, because at least I didn't have to go home with my dad. We had a little bit of space. So that was the biggest transition in leadership. The second transition for us happened about 5 years after that, and it had to do with transition in technology, and specifically in our product. So as you can imagine, light bulbs burn out, thank God. And we were, in essence, in the annuity business, right? You screw in a light bulb, 1,500 hours later, which is about 2.5 months, I'm gonna get a reorder. Well, in 2012, a major piece of legislation happened that required light bulbs to be energy efficient. So we had to transition from old-fashioned analog light bulbs to LED light bulbs, which are digital, and they're basically little computers with a little thing that glows. And so going through that sort of technology transformation was very challenging, at which point my dad said, "Thank God I'm not running the business anymore." I do remember that one meeting, he's like, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm not dealing with this," because we had to deal with patents and technology and finding new partners to work with, right? So this was very challenging as well, and I think that's when the sort of the next layer of values for us, building upon relationships, integrity, and trust, it was about finding a better way of doing things, right? So that was really our biggest focus for the last decade or so. The most current transition that we're going through, literally as we speak, I'm like sweating as I'm thinking about it, is we're about to launch a pretty big new initiative because the way people buy has changed so much. So back in the day, a lot of the lighting showrooms on the Bowery no longer are in business. And the few that are, they're now like fancy condos on the Bowery and bars and stuff like that. But back in the 70s and 60s, there were a lot of lighting stores where you would go buy a chandelier that looked like that, right, for your home or sconce. And so now with the change in the way people buy stuff online, as well as direct-to-consumer and whatnot, we've had to shift about how we approach how to distribute our products. So again, we're going through a pretty decent transformation right now, especially post-COVID, where a lot of attention went inside the home and people looked around and said, "Wow, I really don't like the way my sofa looks, my dining room looks, my lighting looks." So it's been challenging because we have had the demand increase and the shift in the way people buy our product, but we're having supply chain issues. If you guys open the newspaper, you all know. Supply chain, yay. So buy your Christmas presents early, because whatever it is, it may not be here in time. So that's the last big transition that we're working through right now. But through and through, I think the one foundational element that has stayed the same is the core values, and we actually have a cute acronym because we like to be cute and cheesy in our company. So our core values is Be Bright. The first B is for Bold Bright, the name of our company. The second E is for excellence in everything we do. That was sort of that next layer of like, how do we take our game up one level and not continue to do the same thing the same way? The next B is for better way of doing things, which I spoke about before. The R is for relationships. That's the core that my dad built the business on, right? Pick up the phone, talk to the customer. That's the most important person. I for integrity, T for team spirit, and E for educate. So the last one is particularly important. On the back of our business cards, we write down what our favorite value is. Mine is E for educate yourself and others. And that is less to do with what university you went to and more about this continuous learning process. Because the one thing that's consistent in our family business is everything changes. Right, so that's the biggest challenge, I think, for us, especially as small businesses, but with the support of certainly institutes like this one. I know our future is bright, Sally, and I want to congratulate everyone again, and I'm honored to be here to speak in front of all of you. So congratulations, enjoy your lunch, and go family business.
And Kathy is... she's an extraordinary CEO. I mean, she really is fantastic. And we really have been blessed with keynote speakers. Because Dax, I think you were 2018, and you're a superstar. And Debbie Schaefer from Mrs. G was 2019, and Kristen DeAndrew was last year, and then Kathy this year. So we really have been blessed. So now it's time for, you've all been waiting for lunch. So please serve lunch, and we'll be back in a little while for our program. Enjoy.
On behalf of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association, it is our pleasure to partner once again this year with the Rothman Institute of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Fairleigh Dickinson University in presenting the New Jersey Family Business of the Year Award for 2021. NJBIA advocates tirelessly for our New Jersey businesses each and every day to make New Jersey an affordable and regionally competitive place within which to conduct business, live, work, and play. We know the challenges and are acutely aware of the special challenges family businesses can face. That is why it is so important that we take time today to celebrate these businesses. On behalf of NJBIA, we congratulate all the nominees and the winners. Keep doing the great work that you're doing all across the state of New Jersey.
Hello everyone, Donna Miller here, Chief Visionary Officer at C3 Workplace. And you know, for the last 27 years, hard to believe, we've been helping companies start and grow. We've helped thousands of companies by providing on-demand office space out of 2 locations, all kinds of back office support, project management, CRM, bookkeeping, so that you, the business owner, can focus on actually driving the business forward. And so, when I was asked to participate in the annual Family Business Awards event, I was delighted and I jumped right in, and we are really happy here at C3 Workplace to support this important event that highlights these multi-generational companies, which really are so much the backbone of our economy now more than ever. So congratulations to all the nominees. I was lucky enough to interview several, and I want to encourage all of you to join us in Family Business Week and Shop Family Challenge. Thanks so much, everyone.
Hey everyone, my name's Thomas and I own Lasso Creative Agency. We help businesses grow by using creative assets and strategies in their marketing and advertising. It's an honor to partner with the Rothman Institute at FTU for the New Jersey Family Business of the Year Awards. This year we had the opportunity to create a video that we believe encapsulates family-owned business spirit that will be shown here at the event today. Thank you to all the family-owned businesses and your dedication to make the New Jersey community a better place.
We were founded in 1945. My grandfather Alfred founded the company after he returned from World War II.
We started in 71. My father, and he's an immigrant from Germany.
My grandfather, again, saying he started in 1946 after World War II. He started the business with a pickup truck and a hand shovel.
Black Swan Espresso, actually, we opened the business in May of 2016.
As far as the family members, my mom is the oldest part of the generation. I started the company, so it started with my generation.
My father started the company in 1968. He was in the military directly following high school. Humbly started paving driveways and doing small work from that, and really just persisted on.
So my mother was actually running the office for the previous owner from the late 70s. And the owner basically had her doing everything. My family bought the business in the mid-'80s. That's how it all started. Prior to my parents buying it, I was already working there.
I represent the third generation.
We're successful because we're a family and we work as a team.
My sister's in charge of the technology.
Third generation contractor here.
My brothers and I all started in the business at 9 years old.
I worked there all through high school and then in the summers in college.
I started there in 87 out of engineering school.
Really keeping the core values of the company at the forefront of our minds in everything that we do. Alfredson's Area Enterprises is basically just a different company if we fail to do that.
And then I worked through as a machinist, everything, every job in the business I've done. And then in like 10, we went into, they let me run everything.
If there's one thing that's been instilled over the last 74 years, it's the hard work and ethic. He was able to instill in my father, myself.
We try to source some of the products from the community as best we can, bringing money back into the community by supporting other community businesses.
I started this and I love what I do. So when you're that into it, it is stressful. It is the most gratifying thing.
Family wasn't just blood and DEA. Family were the people that really stuck with you during the toughest of times.
I was fortunate enough, my father was a police officer and he didn't miss a football game or a baseball game or a basketball game I've ever played in. So I appreciated that, and I can't expect my employees to not be there if I'm going to be there for my kids.
That every single day as a construction company, we have clients telling us that we love your employees. They're so nice. They sat with me and looked at my photos on my fridge of my grandchildren.
People think that, because it goes from one generation to another, it's handed, it's easy. And I think you take pride in continuing the work ethic and that pride with the employees to kind of say, hey, I'm right here with you.
Have run the company and have been within the company's, veins and organs. I think that is really something that's important to me. It would be an evolution and taking it to truly the third generation.
And everything seems to be going back to the roots and the family businesses. And you're not just a number, you're not just a stock price, you're not just about cash flows and the numbers in there. It is truly a bigger picture, and it's about the welfare of our employees and us all together and working here.
Give them a round of applause. Sally Glick is coming up. I just wanted to say, it's just, we didn't get a chance to see those businesses. It's so nice to see the faces, and we're meeting people for the first time. So, again, congrats. Sally?
So we all know that last year was difficult for many of us, or all of us, personally and professionally. But we did have a virtual event honoring these outstanding family-owned businesses who would really like to take this opportunity to personally congratulate and present them with their New Jersey Family Business of the Year awards. 4 of these companies are here today. After you receive your award, we're going to take some pictures. I think it's on this side, and so join us over there. Unfortunately, not able to attend are Earl Corporation and Shovelin Mattresses. And Anthony, would you come up and help with the awards? Secretary, thank you. Glad to have you here. The finalists of over 10 million, Alfred Senzari Enterprises. This organization has been one of New Jersey's most respected and successful office, residential, industrial, and hospitality developers and property managers. Congratulations, 2020, Alfred Senzari Enterprises. Second finalist, over 10 million. Come up. No, go ahead. I'm just going to start talking. Go take your picture by all means. By all means. I just thought I'd get the others ready. Thank you. Bradcore Construction, Humanism and Building offers design, building, maintenance, and single point of contact property management services for commercial and residential clients. Bradcore?
So last year we had so many wonderful nominees, and some of them were newer companies, so we created a new category, and it was called New Family Businesses. And so Black Swan Espresso, would you come up, Laura Musteller? So our very first winner of the New Family Business, the specialty coffee bar serves quality coffee, exploring the unique characteristics of the flavor and grinding coffee by hand. Black Swan caters to the downtown Newark business and college markets and is expanding nationally. They really are. We're going to hear more about them. So, what a wonderful group. Our $10 million winner, as I said, this is a group, Akula Contracting. They've become great friends of the Institute and mine. If you come up and accept your award, Dennis and Dad. Dennis and Dad. Dennis and Dennis. Come on up. Yeah, bring the whole group up.
I just want to know which one is Dennis the Menace.
So, Akula Contracting, servicing all of New Jersey for over 70 years. Akula Contracting provides commercial and residential customers with a wide range of excavation, demolition, environmental, snow removal, trucking, and soil material services, and they are incredibly active in the community. Unfortunately, Norwell Design is not able to. They were over $10 million winners, but they've been great friends and great partners going forward. So now, what we'd like to do, you saw the 2020 video. We are about to tee up the 2021 honoree video created by Lasso. And so Thomas has been done an incredible job. Give him a round of applause for this video. What's that?
My grandfather started Triangle in 1955 after he came home from World War II.
Well, my great-grandfather, he started a business. and my grandfather. Then my father opened one.
So actually, my father started in this business a little more than 40 years ago or so.
Okay, so 1912, my great-grandfather started Burke Motor Group.
Started in 1947 by our grandfather, my daughter's great-grandfather.
When my father started the business, it was after World War II, and he had been a construction and excavating business prior to the war, and then after the war he started building single-family homes.
I'm fourth generation. My family started in North Philadelphia in the 50s with little corner stores.
Our great-grandfather that came over from Germany and founded the business in 1931.
To start out, our family business started. There were two brothers. It was Harold Harrison and Sam. They were both farmers, and they had inherited land here in West Effort Township.
First generation, but first generation business, first generation everything. We're first. There's no roadmap for us. We are the roadmap.
The company itself was founded in 1922. My father purchased the agency in 1981, and my brother and I subsequently acquired the agency over the years from him.
The people that came to work not knowing what was going on, wearing a mask, that's the kind of commitment that we all have here.
And we want to make our customers happy, and we want to make doing business with us easy.
And I always tell the stories of coming to visit my father as a kid, and I didn't understand that work was any different. You go to visit your father at work, and your whole family's there. That's just the way things are.
75% of our staff is women, and 85-90% of our management staff is women.
We're a family business, but most of our clients in context, even if they're medical practices or clinics or so forth, they're family businesses as well.
Our grandparents bought their engagement ring and wedding band here, and we're here now, and it really does warm our hearts.
You're not a doctor, you're not a nurse. What do you do? How do you help? Our way of helping was giving the gift of entertainment.
I like family-owned businesses. That's the way I've always been.
We are on our fifth generation with multiple children.
I'm really proud of what we built. The fact that I work with 4 of my siblings and we all get along, and I think that's something to be proud of.
And I think if there was one enduring value that my grandpop started, it was that people are the most important part of our business.
So again, after you receive your award, come and take a picture. Donna, you're the guest presenter. There you are, Donna Miller, of Video Fame. We all saw you. This is the semifinalist, under 10 million. JD Companies, Jim D'Agostino Sr., Jr., Julia, and Garrett. The principal and founder of JD Companies, James D'Agostino, the third generation, with over 40 years of industry experience. Real estate companies with extensive experience in all arenas of commercial and residential real estate, construction, development, management, sales, and leasing. The corporate philosophy is simple. Do a superior job and do it right the first time. It's the belief that a firm who sticks to the formula of producing a quality product or service done right and done fast is in the best possible position for success. Congratulations.
So Donna's going to stay, and so our semifinalists in the under $10 million category, McMahon Insurance Agency, Maura McMahon, Bill McMahon, Brian McMahon, Michael McMahon, and Patrick McMahon. Please all come on up. Congratulations. McMahon is an independent insurance agency acquired by Bill McMahon in 1981. Today, there are 5 siblings in the second generation of the McMahon family involved in the success of the business. Bill's philosophy was to eat, you work. So his kids, today leaders, begin working at a young age so they can eat, cleaning the offices on weekends. Family dinners are known for often turning into business brainstorming sessions. Good thing they really like each other.
And now for our semifinalist, under 10 million, the Ravitz family market. Due to COVID illness, not able to attend today, we're all still struggling. I said we were struggling, but we continue to be impacted personally and professionally with this pandemic. But you should know that their great-grandfather Dave started the business in the Philadelphia area with a neighborhood store. The family moved then to New Jersey in the 1960s and purchased an old Pantry Pride, which was the start of the first shop and bag that they created. The current generation's grandmother is to thank for all of this, her grandchildren and children say, because she encouraged the purchase of the business to keep her husband from visiting the track. You had to give him something to do. So she kept him busy in a family business that sustained over the generations. The 4th generation of the Ravitz family continues the tradition of providing fresh and natural foods to families at 5 ShopRite and 1 Price Right store in Burlington and Camden counties. We are sorry that they couldn't be here today, but we congratulate them, of course.
So Brad, if you'd come up and hand out the trophy, Brad Reuter from Brad Corps. So this is the semifinalist over $10 million in sales. Burke Motor Group, David Burke, Francie Burke. Please come on up. It all began with a gas station in Wildwood, New Jersey back in 1912. Now fourth generation has taken the leadership role, but not without great respect for the generation before them. He credits his parents here today, uncle and aunt, for evolving the business to what it is today. One thing the family is very proud of is their charitable contributions through the Burke Promise. Each year, customers nominate charities that are important to them, and Burke donates to 4 each year, a real community program. Congrats.
Brad, I think you need to come back. You need to present one more. We don't let anybody off the hook here. Come on back. You have to earn that lunch. Come on. Nobody gets a chicken lunch for free. Ever. It is good exercise. Over 10 million semifinalist is Diane Turton Realtors. Perry Benedus, if you're here. Diane could not be here today. We have Perry. Come on up. Unfortunately, the family had long-standing plans to be out of town, but instead she's being joined by her other family, her team, that she credits in large part to the company's success. Diane shared many interesting facts with us, and we will share 2 with you that she agreed to let us discuss. Her love of people and her love of selling, so unlike many of her peers, has her continuing to be in the field, building her business around that, surrounding herself with an amazing team to manage the business. She said, "I do not see myself retiring anytime soon. This is not work. I love helping people find their dream." And if anyone has ever met Diane, she always tells the story of how when she first started, she'd page herself in a business so that you would hear her name over and over. She also told me once that she walked up to a house and said she had a buyer, and the owner of the house said, "I'm not selling my house." And she said, "You should. I've got a great buyer for you." So how she built her inventory was often a little bit eclectic, but she was just like,
There's no shortage of energy and chutzpah in this room. So,
if there was, they wouldn't be in the room.
Exactly. So we're going to ask Ryan Sanzari to come up and, if you wouldn't mind, hand out the plaque. And so this is a semifinalist over $10 million. Someone who is just an extraordinary CEO and a friend. Dax Strohmeyer, Triangle Manufacturing Company. Dax, please come up. Allison Strohmeyer, Diane Hurley, Ronnie Madalena. Please come on up. Congratulations. Triangle Manufacturing is a third-generation family business started in 1955 by 3 colleagues, like many great companies, in a 2,000-square-foot suburban garage in northern New Jersey. They were destined for success. The company brings to life a wide range of medical instrumentation and implantable devices designed to help make people healthy. The definition of innovation from the automated equipment used in production to the products they help come to life. The company motto, at the end of the day, it's people that matter most, is reflected in everything that they do. They're committed to investing in their people, employing a full-time trainer to aid their people advance their careers and develop the next generation of leaders. Triangle Manufacturing, congratulations.
I'm actually going to be so bold as to say I think Dax holds the record. He was the keynote speaker before he was actually one of those receiving the award. So how much more perfect could this be, right? And Ryan, there you have. Learn the lesson that Brett. Did you not learn from Brett's lesson? You need to stay up. My God. This is finalist, first finalist, under 10 million. The Cranford Movie Theater and Drive-In. Doreen Saya. Founded by Doreen and her father in October 2019, the family has owned movie theaters since the early 1980s. Doreen began working in her father's theater selling popcorn at 8 years old. I think there's a law against that, but I'm not 100% sure. But then when the theater was forced to close due to COVID, that led Doreen to open a drive-in theater with overwhelming support from her community. Tickets were sold out online in minutes. She ran wonderful promotions, participating with local businesses, and they coordinated showing related movies to different activities taking place. So the drive-in was reflecting life happening in the community. Willy Wonka, for example, those tickets were sold by the local businesses who gave them away, kind of tucking them into pizza boxes, wrapping around an ice cream cone, and holding on to that one golden ticket, right, that brought people from all over the state and boosted business for local companies at the same time. When Willy Wonka actually played at the drive-in, they shared pictures of the winners before showing the movie and then gave out Wonka bars to each attendee. Winner of the golden ticket received a year's supply of candy from Ferrara Candy Company. So they were having the time of their lives, and the entertainment really made a difference in everyone's world. Congratulations to you.
Good job, Ryan. Laura Maschtaler. Laura, would you come up and hand out the trophy? So our finalist in over $10 million is Heritage's Dairy Stores. Skeeter Heritage, Kate Tierno, Matthew Heritage, and Samuel Heritage. Please come on up. Congratulations. It all started with a cow at the end of the Great Depression. In 1936, 2 brothers, Harold Skeets and Sam Heritage, started selling milk to neighbors and friends and opened their first convenience store in 1957. Now in the 4th generation of leadership, all known as either Skeet or Skeeter, the company operates 33 stores in the Heritage Wholesale Company with 5 family members involved in the company. Each generation has to earn their place. As current leader, Skeeter was told by his father, Skeeter, I will never give you anything, but I will always promise you an opportunity. What has stayed true through all the generations is the people are the most important part of the business. Give them a round of applause, please. They are all winners, and now we're going to hear the winners of the 2021 New Jersey Family Business of the Year Awards. When you come up, please take a moment to say a few words, then join your group for a photo. So.
Okay. We have a drum roll. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Laura, you're still here. Good. See, she learned the lesson. See how quick she figured out steak? So the winner, Outstanding New Family Business, Estro Digital Communications, Christian Estorado and Steve Estorado. The Great American Dream, see that? Estro Digital is a digital advertising agency, and these 2 first-generation brothers, Christian and Stephen, started their journey with the encouragement of their parents, who migrated from the Philippines and always told them, when you're in America, build your own business to be successful. The brothers took their advice and simply ran with it. As first-generation Americans, they don't have those past generations to look to as role models. So with tenacity, belief, confidence, and trust in each other, they're paving their own way. But none of this would have been possible without the support of their entire family. Their spouses, kids, parents, and in-laws all have to agree that chaos called entrepreneurism is worth it. And here's a few things they tell us they will always remember. Relationships and communication are so important to a successful business. Be sure to check your ego at the door. And in the words of their father, these are the wisest words of all, when he heard the word entrepreneur, he said, that's a very fine line. Does that mean you're successful or unemployed? Congratulations.
Wow, thank you very much. This really means a lot to myself and my brother, our team, our staff, our family, our partner Keith, who couldn't come here. When I got the email, I knew it was an auspicious day because it's my birthday today. I turned 40. So
Yeah, he gets the wine.
I'm taking home the wine. So it's a great way to start off a new decade, and it was really a magnificent way to celebrate with my family, and especially with my partner, my brother Steve. I would like to thank Anthony Russo, Sally Glick, and Sue Slaving. It was great working with you for this whole time and award. And especially from my family for supporting us for more than 10 years, trying to build something. Had no that business plan. We went to everywhere. We had no idea what we were doing. We didn't even know how to bill our customers. I think we were working for free for a few years. But it's just one of those things that you learn. And most importantly, I just want to thank my mom and dad. They really taught us that no dream is too big in America, and no goal is too small and that you can't achieve. So thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you very much.
My brother's the boss, so.
I'm so glad we created last year, and thank Laura for this category, because these aren't multi-generational. It's hard to compete. But I'm fearful that family businesses are not continuing, that people don't value that and making it so hard. So it's nice to see new family businesses starting, and hopefully 50 years from now they will have multi-generations. So I'm going to ask Dennis McCoolin to come up and hand out the trophy. So our winner on under $10 million in sales. Braunschweiger Jewelers, Robin Braunschweiger, Silva, Brian Braunschweiger, please come on up. You have an amazing business. It all began back in 1931 when Robert Braunschweiger opened Market Watch Repair in Newark, New Jersey with a $200 investment. 5 generations later, the jewelers continued to offer fine crafted jewelry in addition to repairs, appraisals, consignment, an online shop, and other services. Each generation embraces the innovative spirit and ideas of the others. There is no "I told you so" in this family. Maybe an occasional eye roll and a great sense of humor. They consider themselves lucky to be in a business where they get to be part of happy occasions and other people's family celebrations. Today, 7 family members and 2 stores serve the Morristown and New Providence area. Congratulations.
I want to thank everyone for the nomination. Thank you to FDU, the Rothman Institution, all the sponsors that were able to make today possible. This is a beautiful event. We're happy to be a part of it. In the late 1800s, when my great-great-great-grandfather started this business, I don't think he understood the ripple effect that it would affect. He came over from Germany, and when we immigrated here in the early 1900s and continued on with the watch store, it grew into a jewelry store and a gift shop and back to a jewelry store. And with each generation, it just keeps getting better and better, and we hope to follow the trends and continue to move forward. My brother and I are very proud to be carrying the journey of the Braunschweiger name and the business further. So thank you again so much. We really appreciate it.
Like all of you, they're very modest. Every one of you is the same. So I'm willing to always give credit and recognize your teams and things, but I do know that I've been at a number of nonprofit galas where your products have been on the silent auction, so thank you from the community for how generous you've been. Everyone likes to see beautiful jewelry on the silent auction. Dennis, you're still here, good for you. And this is winner number 2. Over 10 million, Beacon Converters. Jackie Daly Johnson, Kathleen Terry Daly, and Anna Johnson. Beacon Converter Inc. was founded in 1947 by William F. Daly, the grandfather of currently 3rd generation, so not worried yet, not too much. The 4th. Okay. 4th generation, even better. As a food packaging materials business, Beacon expanded its product line into sterilizable medical bags and now offers a full line of medical packaging in addition to food packaging. Jackie, Kathleen, and Terry have been involved in the company since they were children. Those of you who were working at 8, Doreen, putting stickers, labels on sales folders on the floor and listening and interning in the summer as they got older. Anna, who represents the 4th generation, is that right? Okay. Had those same tasks as well when it was her time to come around, and is now employed, and having outgrown those tasks, she's full-time at Beacon. The Beacon family, which consists not just of the founding family, but all employees, is committed to conducting business and guiding their own behavior and philosophy based on their 3 key pillars: trust, respect, and gratitude. They are proud to go to work each day with this amazing team and knowing that the products they make save lives. Congratulations.
We just wanted to say thank you very much for this honor. We're very, very thrilled to be here. Even though we are 4th generation and 75 years almost in business, it's truly humbling to be in this room with all these phenomenal New Jersey family businesses. As you mentioned, at Beacon, we speak a lot of our 3 pillars, which are trust, respect, and gratitude, grounded in accountability and personal responsibility. It is that mindset across all of our staff and all of our employees that have really fueled our success and enable us to help protect the patient at times that they are most vulnerable in their lives. When we apply those pillars today, we think of the trust that our customers have placed in us in order to protect those patients as they do face those times. We think of the trust that our staff and employees have placed in the Daly family to guiding us to our success as a team. We think of the respect that we have for yourselves and all these wonderful New Jersey family businesses and manufacturing in the U.S. We got to bring it home and make it here. And last but not least, it's our heartfelt gratitude to John Mascarelli for nominating us for this honor, and to the team and everyone involved for awarding it to us. Thank you so much.
Again, congratulations. Every one of you is a winner, and we just want to thank you so much for all that you do in the community. A couple things before we end. One, our ask is we have at the Rothman Institute something called the Family Business Alliance. And what we do is we really provide additional support to family businesses. And probably one of the most valuable things that we have is what we call our peer-to-peer coaching group. And what we do is we have the CEOs of businesses and the next generation CEOs of businesses on a monthly basis. We get together confidentially in a room and really talk openly about some of the challenges. As you know, it's very lonely to lead a family business. Sometimes you can't even talk to the family about things. And so we encourage you to think about joining our Family Business Alliance. We also do another one for the next generation coming up. And people have found that very valuable. People have found it saves businesses. So if you're feeling lonely out there, if you want to be able to talk to people without judgment, please think about joining us and supporting us. Also, a New Jersey Business Magazine will do a feature article on all the honorees in our December issue. And join us this Friday. And we are going to have, every Friday, we have a Zoom at noon a family business Zoom at noon, where we interview experts with family businesses. We talk to some of you to really kind of let people know, how to deal with various challenges, how to survive and how to grow. And so it's free. You can just show up on the Zoom at noon, and we're going to invite some of our winners to participate. But I hope you will do that, because there's valuable information for you. Again, thank you so much for coming. Congratulations to everybody. Everybody in here is a winner. And the one thing I will say is, Sue, what's the date next year? The 26th, October 26th. We are going to make it a dinner gala. This is so important. These are the best family businesses in the state of New Jersey. And so we're going to find a venue. We're going to make a dinner gala. And we'll give you the time. Mark it on your calendar. No excuse not to be there. And we will celebrate you in ways that businesses need to be celebrated. So thank you very much. Congratulations. Have a great afternoon.
Before everybody gets up, we've done a lot of thanking. We've thanked sponsors, and we've thanked each other, and I think we have to thank FDU. The effort that they put in to throw the spotlight on family businesses and all of the expanding programs that have been added over the years. I think FDU gets a round of applause. Now we're done.
So we've had a number. This wouldn't happen without all the wonderful volunteer judges. And so we have some gifts. So if you are a judge, please come on up and we have a gift for you. Thank you all. Enjoy your dessert. And thank you for coming out.